Hey everybody, in this video we're going to talk to you about the Janome Skyline S9 and give you a good overview of this machine. First thing I want to mention is the screen will not flicker. Our camera equipment, we're having a little malfunction this morning as we're doing our video here, but your screen will not flicker as it's showing on screen. The S9 is the top of the line in the Skyline series. It features full sewing, quilting, garment construction, plus it has an embroidery unit that comes with it you can attach to the machine for doing full embroidery, connecting to your computer. There's so many things you can do with this machine, so we're going to give you a good highlight of everything that it can do. First, in the sewing mode, we have over 250 built-in sewing, quilting, and utility stitches. The machine has all kind of utility, quilting, applique, heirloom, decorative stitches. It even has fonts built in for doing quilt labels and garment tags. You'll have the ability on the machine to easily pull up on the color screen the stitch that you're working with. You'll be able to see in true size what that stitch is. The S9 gives you all kind of computer controls on the side, so it makes it really easy the way the computer board is laid out for us to get to where we need to go and not having to push a lot of buttons to get there. We can go in the hard drive of the machine and reset quite a bit of the background. If we want it to be a different color, if we want to read metrics or inches, you can do that. There's a lot of things we can do, and you never will do anything to erase the hard drive of the machine. There's just so many settings that you can do. Janome make it really convenient for us to use the machine and get to where we need to go. Now on our stitch pattern, we can look up here and go corresponding to what mode we're in to be able to pull up the stitch. The machine gives us a lot of information about what presser foot we need to have on it. As all Janome machines do, it has letters indented into the presser foot, so I make sure I have that foot on the machine to do the particular stitch that I have pulled up. My width and length setting is right here in front of me handy, so I'm able to adjust that with no problem whatsoever. And there's all kind of accessories that comes with this machine. You'll get a lot of presser feet. We have all that laid out on the website for you. Ken Sewing Center will carry all the optional accessories for the S9. On the front of the machine, we can override the speed of the machine here. Now the machine will come with a foot control, but it also has start-stop. So if we don't want to use that foot control, we just use that to start the machine and stop it. I have the built-in scissor that I can snip my bobbin and top thread anytime for me. I can raise and lower my presser foot with the push of a button here. Now we'll have the traditional lever in the back for doing that, but right here in front of me, if I'm turning a corner, I get to the end of a seam, I can do that, and then also I can have the machine stop, needle down, or stop, needle up. So turning those corners is really easy, doing a pivot just like that right there, and I can turn my fabric and continue on. If you're doing applique and quilting, when you're doing garment construction, hemming, when you get to the corner of a garment and you want to make that 90-degree turn or 45, you're able to do that very easily. We do have the auto lock feature built in, as all Janome computerized machines will have. They will tie that stitch off for me underneath so it's hidden and out of the way. We do have traditional reverse. Threading is a breeze on the S9 because I have the horizontal spool pin here. Everything will be channeled for me all the way down to my needle, and then I do have a built-in needle threader on it to thread that needle for me. I don't know about you, as the older I get, it's hard for me to see that eye of the needle to thread it manually. The machine will have the 7-point feed dog system on it, so that is very critical to have on a machine. When I'm working with a lighter weight material, I want to have as much feed dog touching the surface of my fabric as best I can, so it helps feed that through smoothly and evenly while the needle is penetrating the garment. We have the larger needle plate on the machine with all the markings, so I can get seam allowances. There are other guides you can get and laser guides that we sell to help you achieve a certain allowance or keep your garment straight as you're sewing. Now it does have the removable accessory tray, but I really like the accessory trays on machines where the door opens toward me so I can easily see, get to all my accessories, get what I need, and go on about my sewing. I can remove the accessory tray, and then I'm able to hem a pair of blue jeans, pant leg, shirt sleeve with no problem whatsoever. The arm here is a little bit longer than your average machine will be, so I can push my fabric on up further. And right here I can actually release my needle plate. It will come with a straight stitch needle plate as well as a standard needle plate, and there's times you want to use both. Skyline S9 will have a place, and it does come with a knee lift I can put in, so I can use my knee to raise and lower my presser foot so I can keep both my hands on the fabric and not remove it while sewing. It's really, really nice for quilting, free motion, or just keeping my fabric straight. The Skyline S9 series does come with the AccuFeed walking foot system. I really love the AccuFeed system because, first of all, I can remove the soles of this particular attachment, and there are other optional attachments you can get for it. This will come standard with the S9, and it works just like your walking foot will. You'll attach it to the machine. If I'm needing to feed something like a spongy quilt, or if I'm working with a piece of material that maybe has a slicker finish to it, or multiple layers, this really comes in handy. It's grabbing my fabric at the top, working in the ratio with the feed dogs built into the machine to smooth all that fabric and feed it through very smoothly for me while my needle is penetrating the garment. Now the soles on this particular foot, I can remove those. And there are other optional attachments I can get for this, other soles that are available. There's a 1/4 inch foot, there's a stitch in the ditch, there's a straight stitch, an open toe, and there's a zipper one that we can get for this particular attachment. You'll get that standard with the S9. Now the S9 has all the sewing, quilting, garment construction capabilities. You can do all kinds of things with adjusting the stitch length and width on all the sewing patterns. You can also do mirror image, so that really gives you even more stitches. When I'm able to flip a stitch around, it gives it a different look on the garment. There may be times if you're sewing around something where you need the mirror image and flip that stitch around. Once I change the needle plate on the machine knows what needle plate I have on it. So I cannot pull up a zigzag stitch on a straight stitch plate. I never have to worry about my needle hitting the plate. And then on my placard here, there are convenient stitches built in. I just push a button and the machine will automatically move the needle over a 1/4 inch to achieve. And the machine will automatically move the needle over to a 1/4 inch, giving me that seam allowance that's so popular. And then you have all your standard straight stitches. There's more than one type of straight stitch, and also there's multiple needle positions that I can move the S9 to. Now we've shown you a good overview of the sewing side of the machine. Let's talk just a little bit about the embroidery. On the embroidery side of the machine, you do get the embroidery unit included. On the S9, there are placards on the machine that shows me how to attach the embroidery unit. It's a track system, makes it really easy to slide the embroidery unit on and off. When I want to go from regular sewing mode over to embroidery mode, I just touch one button here. The machine is going to give me several messages on the machine. There are a lot of error messages. There's things, fail-safes to keep you from doing any damage to your machine whatsoever. Just follow the directions. Now the machine will go into embroidery mode, and I have quite a bit built in on the machine that I can easily access. There are designs built into the machine, all kinds of different themes that are built in. I can pull those designs up, and the machine is going to give me a 6.7 by 7.9 embroidery field. This is the largest hoop that comes with the machine. Notice there's places, these metal strips here, actually you can use magnets. And if I want to hoop up a quilt swatch, or there's a garment like a thick beach towel, or a garment that has a pocket or something awkward to hoop, I can lay this down, put my stabilizer underneath, use my magnets to hold the fabric onto the hoop, so then I can hoop it without actually using the ring on the embroidery hoop. There are other attachments made for the S9, and Ken's Sewing Center will carry all the optional accessories. It goes with the machine, all the optional things Janome makes, and also there's other companies that makes things for these machines, and we carry all that as well. You may want to get into doing digitizing and creating your own designs. There are other digitizing programs available, and we'll carry all of those and can help you decide which one is right for you. Now, one thing that separates the S9 from other embroidery machines within the Janome line, this is Wi-Fi ready, meaning I can connect this to my home router, and I can actually wirelessly send an embroidery design in the Janome format. If it's within the size the machine can read, and in that Janome format, I can wirelessly send it to the machine. You also can save that design to a USB stick, plug it into the side of the machine, and pull the information up that way, or you can directly connect your machine to your PC. So there's 3 ways of getting information to it. You cannot do that on all the models, and there's a lot of brands that doesn't give you all these capabilities. Janome does with the S9 right out of the box. So it's very easy for me to go in and pull a design up on the machine. It's going to tell me what to do. It's going to show me on the screen. It will recommend the correct hoop. You will get 3 hoops. It comes with the machine standard, and then I can pull this up on the screen. It tells me how large the design is, It tells me how many colors it's going to be, how long it's going to take to embroider this out. If I want it to look just like it is on this color screen, I just follow the directions and thread up the color. It will show me the corresponding part of the design it's going to be embroidering out. When it finishes that, it'll snip the threads and go to the next one. This will cut your jump stitches in between color changes or between movements within that same color scheme, so you don't have to worry about getting your scissors out for that. Ken Sewing Center is your authorized Janome dealer. We carry everything for the S9. We have product knowledge behind everything that we sell. We have several technicians and educators at our store that can help you after you purchase from us. So by all means, feel free to check out our website, give us a call, or drop us an email anytime.